What's up, everybody? APK God here. Just want to show you how to get around all the Terrarium bullcrap and this being shut down and going in and doing this on your settings and mouse toggle. None of that crap's needed. So what you want to do is, first you want to go into your actual settings on the actual device. Go into developer options. We want to make sure ADB debugging is on and apps for unknown sources. After you toggle those two on, first thing we need to do is get downloader. So just search downloader. Once you search downloader, we're going to install that right here. This is downloader. Click it. Once you click it, we're going to install it. Once that's actually done, this is going to allow us to get Droid Admin or FileLinked. So I'm going to go ahead and open downloader. Tell it OK. First thing you're going to do is scroll over to settings and make sure enable JavaScript is on. And now this is going to act like a browser. So we want to go over here and type in Droid admin.com. Hit go. What this is going to do is this is going to act like a mouse, like a browser. You can press left and right. We want to get FileLinked. The reason why is it's going to allow us to download different software that's not available on the Amazon App Store. So I'm going to download it. Once I download it, we're going to go down and hit install. Once we hit install, this now is going to give us different codes. And we're going to go to my actual FileLinked store to get the software we need. So we're going to hit done. We're not going to open it. Hit done. The reason why is we want to delete this so it doesn't take up extra space. Hit delete. Now we're going to hit the back button. Then we're going to hit the home button. Once we hit the home button, it's going to take us back to where we are. Then we're going to scroll over to settings, applications. I have a code on mine because I don't want kids installing stuff and they might sign up for something that we have to pay for. I'm going to go down to manage installed applications. Now I'm going to find FileLinked. I'm going to hit it and hit launch. Once FileLinked comes up, there's a couple things we need to get before we actually are able to get through this. We're going to put the code in. The code we're going to put in is for my store. It's 682-351-84. Again, that's 682-351-84. And just hit next. And then hit continue. This is going to take you into my store. It's got everything we need. Hit dismiss. And the first thing we're going to need is MX Player. MX Player is the best player. You're gonna need this to get past all the ads and stupid stuff like that. Press the arrow down, and you can see there's a green bar. We're actually downloading MX Player. Once it's downloaded, it's going to let us install it. Hit play on the installer. Go over to install. Let it install this. So this is what it's going to use to actually play it. Kind of like the Windows Media Player or VLC on your computer. This is MX Player. We're going to need this to actually play the files that it's going to find. So install MX Player. Once it's installed, we're actually not going to open it. We're going to hit the back button on the remote because there's more things we need off this store. So we're going to hit done. Now we're back on the store. The next thing we need is movie box spread highlight the down arrow, hit it. Once it's downloaded, we're going to hit the actual install button. We're going to hit the install button, like the play button, go down, install it. And once it's installed, I believe it's a 25 meg file. Once it's installed, the next thing is we have to go back to the actual Amazon homepage, basically the home store. And then we're actually going to launch Movie Box Red, or as they call it, Movie Play Red. This is a Terrarium clone. It uses the same site scrapers as Terrarium. Same thing, but none of the bull crap, no mouse toggles. You don't have to do this on a firewall or do a backflip or twist your head. It just works. So once this is installed, I'm now going to go all the way back home because now I need to launch it and tell it to use MX Player. I'm going to hit done. Now I'm going to hold in the home button. I'm going to go to apps. Now that I have apps, I'm going to go down. So we installed Downloader. From Downloader, we went to Droid Admin, installed FileLinked. From there, we put in my code, 682-35184, and on that actual store, we installed MX Player and Movie Box Red. Now we're going to launch Movie Box Red. Now that we have Movie Box Red launching, we need to tell it to use MX Player as the default player. The only thing that won't work, I believe, is new HD movies. I'm not sure if the tracked account will work, but it will work. I'm going to go down. We want MX Player to be our default player. So I'm going to highlight it. And I'm also going to check it. I'm going to go to Settings in the top left. Go down to Settings. Now we want to make sure that the default player is MX Player. MX Player. So now what we've done is installed Downloader. From Downloader we got Droid Admin or FileLinked. We put in the code to my store. From there we installed MX Player and then Movie Box Red. It's a Terrarium clone. You don't have to do anything special. It just works. So I'm going to hit back. And it works. We'll go to Movies. Go find the movie. Mission Impossible. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to test it. I'm not actually going to play it just because I don't want to get it flagged if you pull it down. Just tell it don't show it again. Tell it OK. Go to the Watch Now Play button on the top right hand side. Hit play. Tell it you don't want to see it again. It's new. Just tell it we got it. It's going to walk us basically through how to switch players and stuff like that if it's buffering. So now what it's going to do is it's actually going to go out to the site and find stuff that you can actually play. So you just find one and hit play. Let it actually resolve the links and it plays and it just works. So we're going to do play. And now it's actually going to use MX Player to play the actual file. And let it load. As soon as it loads, I'll just turn it off here. You may find some links are better than others. That's fine. And there's the movie playing now. I'm just going to back out of it. Back out of it. And I'm going to hit the home button and back out. So there you go. It's that easy. Again, Downloader to get FileLinked. And then once it gets FileLinked, go to my store, MX Player, and Movie Box Red. And it works. So that's all. If you like it, subscribe. See you.